You have the honor to meet the greatest fashion designer of all time. Me. You wonder why would I be interested in fashion? Because this is a unique way to combine the destruction of man, morally, as well as sanitary. You notice that the size of clothes is getting smaller and smaller, that it's getting shorter and shorter. No, that isn't the result of global warming, rather my careful strategies for gradual introduction of utter immorality. I inspire fashion designers to combine provocative immorality with very unhealthy and impractical clothing and footwear. I have a number of very modern, unhealthy details in women clothing and footwear. T-shirts, thongs, high heels, short skirts. Let me ask you, what do you think is the reason for frequent infections, infertility, urinary tract infection, sciatica, strained spine and feet, as well as other women illness? Yes, the reason is clothing which I create for them. The earlier you start dressing like this, the longer you'll suffer. Apart from degrading the woman morally, they lead man, already filled with prejudice, in a state of reduced control over their actions and thoughts, making them lustful. This is especially important to me because to the Creator, this behavior is the same as adultery. In this way, I firmly separate both men and women from the Creator. Making the man neglect woman had a particularly important role in this matter. I led women to think that their clothes is the best way to attract men's attention. Of course, many of them don't even know what kind of attention they actually attract. Every possible, except the one they want. But the fashion isn't just about clothes. It's modern to be tanned, right? Better to be tanned than white. When I think about it, the human stupidity had some brilliant moments. This is one of them. People know that excessive solar radiation is harmful and that it can severely damage the skin. They also know the skin will age more rapidly under conditions of overexposure to sun. They are familiar with the fact that the ozone layer is getting thinner, thus making everything already mentioned even more dangerous. But what many do not know is that the sun can literally kill them very painfully. Death from malignant melanoma or malignant skin cancer. By imposing tan skin through fashion trends, man, regardless of everything, wants to get tanned. Who even cares about moles? Let them sunbathe also. But they don't like sun and don't want to burn. They punish you very quickly. I spend the rest of time enjoying watching you curse your stupidity, because that actually prays to my ingenuity and success. However, fashion trends are not limited just to looks and clothes. Fashion trends that I set go much further. The car is a fashion trend. Cell phone, computer, motorcycle. You wonder how the car can be harmful to you. Isn't that something needed today, as well as the other mentioned items? The fact is that in most cases, one cannot afford such things without lending money. If you've listened carefully, my goal is to occupy you with various obligations so that you'd never even think about seeking the Creator's word. And that is why I set expensive fashion trends as life goals, which you can't resist because you want to be trendy. They force you to take bank credits. When you're already lending money, why don't you buy something nice for yourself? Something better. It doesn't matter, you actually don't need it. You only live once. Let your friends see you. Let them envy you. That's how I encourage you to lend more and more, buying more expensive and luxurious stuff. This way I accomplish two things. First off, I enslave you with additional job in order to repay the loan installments you trapped yourself into. It is clear that you'll have no time for the Creator. It goes without saying that you'll also neglect your spouse and yourself, and especially the children. You'll allow me to educate them through television, games. On the other hand, all those things you bought make you arrogant and proud, thus making sure that the Creator can't approach you, and vice versa. Fostering genuine humility to which the Redeemer came to point as the only reliable protection from me is in this modern era presented as a character flaw, a human trait that reflects backwardness, and you do not want to let other people think that about you. You want to be popular, to be someone in this world. I'll make sure that happens. Why? Because that is the sure way to doom. Fashion trends. This is the delusion that helps me hold the world in my hand safely and securely. Do you see how deeply you are tangled in my net? Do you think you can escape me? You can, but in order to do that, you'll need a force that surpasses yours and mine.